There are many modes of being. There are many modes of thought. There are many modes of action. Choose carefully.
The immersion, it's helical, it's regressive. The DMT is reintegrating with the pyroglutamate to create a kind of elastic envelope that is causing me to blur and tatter around the edges. It's like the shadow of lightning on mica. It's like... Are you trying to get my attention?
Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Mode. Last time, we were continuing to look around for a dome, still haven't found one. And the very last thing we did was we started a conversation with this woman here. We didn't actually get anywhere. We didn't make any choices. But the thing she asks us is if we're trying to get her attention. Well, the chat decided that, yeah, maybe we are. We are walking around the room, trying to talk to people, trying to find out information. So yeah, maybe we are trying to get her attention. We're going to give her some green for that.
All right, you've got it. What now? Do you mind if I finish my entry?
It sounded like she was doing some kind of poetry there, speaking some kind of lyrics. And she wants to know if we mind if she continues on. Well, yeah, the chat did mind. They wanted her to stop that right now, so let's give her some red.
I'm accosted by a stranger. This person is not familiar to me. There's a certain immediate animal attraction I cannot deny. They're watching me record my diary, apparently unembarrassed to be eavesdropping on such personal activity. I am imagining them naked.
Alright, she's going to continue on with her entry anyway, and I guess maybe we're making her uncomfortable, so she's going to make us uncomfortable right back at us. Before we continue, I just wanted to mention one thing. I noticed that the game takes great pains to prevent revealing anything about the protagonist. No name, no face, and if you listen to the way she described us, she kept calling us them. So no gender either. And this was a question that came up a few times during the chat. Basically, the avatar is completely blank. It's just paste whatever you want onto us. We are a party goer that is comprised of 25 people in a chat room, and whatever comes with that. So, she is continuing on with her journal entry, whatever that is, and the chat decided, I guess, that they liked what they were hearing. They liked how that ended, so they were decided to give some green.
Do you want to sit?
The chat did want to sit.
So sit.
Okay.
There's something I want you to read. Tell me what you think. It's a lyric for a song I'm writing. I'm still working on it. Okay, that's enough. So what you think? This is a test.
Well, from that short excerpt that we saw on her laptop, that seemed awful. That seemed terrible. I don't even know what song you would put those lyrics in. The chat, however, were very eager to try to impress this lady we're speaking to. So they decided to flatter her, to say that yeah, they thought that those were some great lyrics. So let's give it some green.
Good. Give it to me, monkey. Are you joking? That was crap. Absolute over-the-top garbage. Is that how you figure you're gonna get into my pants? By gushing over some stupid, crappy lyrics? I was gonna give you something good to read, but I don't know now. Jeez. Daddy's little boy. Yaw. Maybe I'll give you one more chance.
Well, I figure that she has the chat figured out. That is exactly what they were doing. She is going to give us another chance, another test. So let's agree to that.
It's a little bit morbid, but I don't know. I kind of like it. Imagine it's set to a kind of heavy metal ballad, you know? So what? Nice lyric?
Well, it was better than the monkey lyric, anyway. I mean, I think that we can at least say that. The chat at this point, however, wasn't sure if this might be a trap and how they should respond to this, considering that she just mocked us for our positive response for the monkey lyric. So they decided that we were going to play it cool. We're just going to shrug it off and give it some blue.
Huh. I don't think so. That happens to be the Buddha, and it's about 1,500 years old. Though I suppose it would make a pretty good lyric as they go.
We can't seem to do anything right with her. She gave us a lyric that was not actually original, and we did not realize it. We did not call her out on it, so she's calling us out. The chat continued to still want to try to talk her up, so we're still going green.
Yeah, well, maybe. But let's talk about you. What turns your crank? Okay, I'll narrow it down. Who's been cranking you tonight?
This is kind of an odd question because she's asking us, I guess from that question, who we've been talking to. Which would imply that we need to respond with a name, but we can only talk in colors. So I'm not entirely sure how we're supposed to respond. I guess our response is just going to be entirely what our attitude towards our answer is. We can't actually choose a name, unless there was someone named Green, which there isn't.
That Riel is half mad, I think. Be very careful with him. I can give you some insight into him if you'd like.
She's talking about Rial. He was the guy who that one techie before said had the domes. And yeah, we would want to know anything we can get about him, so yeah, we're going green with that.
You'd better not tell Riel I've shown you this. Well, isn't this boring? Come on, let's dance.
Well, before we do that, we have seen that guy in that picture. He was the guy who told us before that we're not invited, and the chat didn't want to talk with him, so we ran away. But it does look like he is the guy with the domes, so that was our chance, perhaps, to try to get a dome and fit in at the party. But from what we saw there, it looked like he's a wanted man. Looks like he's a criminal. So maybe Rial might be a little bit dangerous. Hard to say. And this the woman here did say that he's half mad, so perhaps he's someone who we might have a little bit of difficulty dealing with. But that's going to be in the future. For right now, she's asking us if we want to dance. And the chat definitely did say that they wanted to dance. Well, how about that? A dancing scene that wasn't split into 3 videos. So, okay, we're dancing, we're having a good time. I don't think we ever got her name, though. And the chat liked where this was going, so we're going to keep going green.
So what do you say? Want to work up a real sweat? The health club's open. Want to take a sauna?
A direct question. Do we want to take a sauna? Do we want to leave the party with this woman, go to a health club and take a sauna? Well, the chat was just falling all over themselves to say yes, to go take a sauna with the mystery woman here. So, green it was.
Great. Let's go.
Ah, yes, I like it. Steamy and still. Do you fall in love easily?
I'm not sure if this is what we had in mind when we came to the party tonight. I mean, really, there's no way of knowing what our character was thinking when they came to the mode event. But it looks like we're no longer there. We're now in this sauna with this woman, and we don't know who she is. She's asking us if we fall in love easily. The chat decided that it was time to play a little bit hard to get, so no. No, we don't fall in love easily, mystery woman.
Would you make an exception in my case?
The chat wanted to play it cool as the chat could be. So we're just going to shrug. Maybe.
I know what you mean. What is love? Everybody talks about it. Nobody really does it, not really. Do you think you could fall in love with me?
Well, you know, I've never met a woman who could dislocate her shoulders quite like that. The chat decided that yes, we could fall in love with her. So we went with green.
Ooh, you've got me tingling. Shall we explore the sensorium?
Sensorium. Is that a word? So sensorium is an actual word. But considering the meaning, this seems to be kind of an odd term for her to use in this situation. Wonder why she would use this word. The chat decided that yes, they did want to explore the sensorium, so we went with green.
Come on, get closer.
The chat just could not wait to click green again.
Damn, looks like I made a mistake with you. Sorry.
Alright, so that's how that ended. We never actually found out her name, and we went to a sauna with her, and apparently we did something that turned her off to us. Though no way of knowing what that was. It seemed like we were friendly enough. The chat was quite disappointed at the turn of events. But we're back at the party. And already, it's time to go to Disc 2. Disc 2 of Mode. Yeah, the discs are not very long, like the way it is with a lot of FMV games. You have a 3-disc game, and you might think that sounds like a lot, but then you find out that most of the disc is just full of video clips, and the game is actually quite short. Yeah, Mode's like that. So we've gone through Disc 1, or at least our version of Disc 1. There are many other choices we could have made, and a lot of the conversations we've had could have gone completely differently. But it's time to go to Disc 2. Give me a moment. Alright, welcome to Disc 2 of Mode. The music in the room has changed. And there's that guy we were talking to earlier on in the background. Right there. However, for some reason, we can't talk to him again. I don't know, maybe it's because the first conversation we had with him went so poorly. I would guess he would have no interest in talking to us again. So even though he's there, you can't speak to him. You can't speak to anyone else in this room either. So let's move around. See what's different on Disc 2. Oh, Vito's back at his desk. However, the chat did not want to go back to talk to Vito, because we still don't have a dome. And they were worried that, well, he might throw us out. He's just sitting there. We could go talk to him, but no, we're not doing that for right now, at least until we get a dome. Oh hey, there's some new people on the dance floor. Let's watch them. It's just as good the second time. She didn't seem very enthusiastic about the dancing. I didn't really notice it before, but someone in the thread mentioned how the people dancing here are like their feet are glued to the floor, and then they're just bouncing up and down. And now that they've said that, now I can't stop seeing that when I watch this. I get why. They had to stay in frame, but now that I've noticed that, yeah. Alright, let's go back. There's nothing else here but people dancing, and that woman is still drinking from that yellow teacup. Vito's still looking at his laptop, but we're not talking to him. Let's head to the bar. Alright, no one was here on Disc 1, but now Charity's here, the reporter we were speaking to. Let's see what's going on with her.
Hi, I'm so glad you found me. Listen, I happen to have a few minutes before I have to get back to the grind, so we can actually chat a bit. It's funny, you know, I sometimes complain about being stuck in this whole fashion ghetto thing, as opposed to, you know, getting the hot and gritty stuff. Political pieces, the crime stuff, the stuff that makes a difference. But I have to say, it's not so bad. Being surrounded by the models and the artists, and did I mention the models?
Alright, Charity seems to be enjoying herself, and that's kind of not a flattering freeze frame right there. Maybe she's had a little to drink, because you would think that she's accustomed to being around the models and the fashions, but it seems like her mind might not be on work. She seems happy to see us, though, even though our first conversation was so short. The chat decided that, yeah, we were happy to see her, so let's give her some green.
I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. Tell me something. Do you know anything about this cult of Vito's?
Now, that's a question that just comes right out of nowhere. Do we know anything about Vito's cult? See, now this is the first time anyone's mentioned anything about a cult. And she's just kind of throwing that question out there. I guess this is how an investigative journalist gets things done. The chat was not really sure how to react to this, so we were just going to give it some blue and not go one way or the other on the subject of Vito's supposed cult.
The Eden, it's called. I mean, I don't really know anything about it, except it's supposed to be very sinister, old as hell, thick with power players on every continent. It sounds like a lot of fun, but I just can't get a break on the whole thing. From what I hear, Vito is the key to everything, some kind of local linchpin, but he won't talk to me. I mean, that's why I pulled every string I had to get a cameraman for this soiree tonight. Normally with something like this, it'd be fast streeter, quick walkthrough, but I went begging and promised them the scoop of the century. If I don't get a break, I'm gonna have to kill someone.
What, really? Vito doesn't want to talk to a reporter about the supposed ancient cult that he's a member of? Charity does seem to have an odd idea of fun. But this is perhaps the most interesting conversation we've had so far, because what? What, cult? So the chat wanted to keep this conversation going, hear more about what Charity knows about apparently Vito's cult that's as old as civilization and controls all nations, or whatever it is she thinks it is. So let's give it some green.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Never mind, I was just thinking that he won't talk to me, but... Oh, I can't ask you this. But I will. Do you think that you might sound him out for me? I mean, I know he would talk to you. I know he would, and you could just get the slightest little bit of information for me. I mean, it could just be the tiniest clue to get me on the right track, you know? I would be so grateful. You have no idea. Time is running out for me, and I have to come up with something. You might also want to try that Mia girl that hangs out with him. Do you know her? Pretty little Asian thing? I think she's in the back right now, and she won't talk to me either. So, what do you say? Will you do it?
Pretty little Asian thing. I think we've already spoken to her, and there was nothing there about a cult. But I think Charity definitely has had a few at this point, because for some reason she thinks that we can just go up to Vito and ask him how that cult of his is doing. There's really no reason why he would talk to us, but she seems to think that he would. The chat did want to investigate this avenue, though, so we're going green. Yeah, we'll ask Vito about his cult. Why not?
Excellent. I am born again with hope. You have no idea. Well, hurry off and see what you can discover. I'll be right here waiting for you. Good luck.
Alright, so the game's plot kind of took a left turn at this point. The guy who was in the gurney chair is no longer there. Though, according to the picture, it looked like he was Rial, but I guess we lost our chance to talk with him. So yeah, supposedly now we've gone from being a party goer, from trying to find a dome, to casually trying to find out information about a cult that the party host is supposedly a part of that's ancient and powerful and sinister. For a reporter for a television fashion magazine. Alright, well, yeah, Mia's gone. Someone's at that mode machine. Oh, the dancers, yeah, we already watched them. It's Vito. The chat decided that even though we had no dome, it was time to talk to Vito and see how are things going with that cult of his.
Aha! You again. Give me an update on your dance card.
Okay, he's asking us a question without much other conversation. He's asking us about our dance card. Well, the chat did say that we should answer positively. Since we did dance with someone, we danced with Mia. And that seemed to be going all right until whatever that was in the sauna. So let's give him some green about that before we can get down to this whole cult thing.
Sauna? Mia? You and Mia in the sauna. You're out! You're gone, pal. Tuba! Tuba! This one's out!
Okay, we really hit a nerve there. Perhaps we should not have told Vito about going to the sauna with Mia, because he does not like this at all, and I guess his tolerance for us is gone. Maybe he would have thrown us out even if we had a dome. Well, we have two options here. We could continue to talk, or we could just leave. The chat decided that since it looks like that we're on our way to being thrown out, we should just get out of here as soon as we can before Tuba gets here. So let's go. Alright, we made it out, and Charity's gone. And Vito's gone as well. Let's just take a quick look around, see if anyone else is here. Oh, that's someone new. We didn't see her on disc 1. Well, let's keep looking around. Nope. No sign of Vito, no sign of Tuba. Alright, so since this is someone new to speak to, and looks like we're out of danger, at least for right now, let's speak with her.
I saw you. I know you. We've never met. But are you aware of the powers that you have?
Alright, direct question. Are we aware of our powers? Sure, you know, we have all kinds of powers, right? Don't we? The chat decided that, yeah, sure. Sure, we're all aware of our powers, sure.
Of course you are. How could you not be? Such an astonishing thing you are engaged in. And it seems with just the littlest twitch you can twist the fate of people you don't even know. You're like a god, aren't you? But how are you acting? Like a god or a child?
Well, now that you mention it, I guess we are kind of like a god, aren't we? The chat thought that we're definitely acting like a god. No child here. Definitely God.
Wait. Let us take this moment to consult the Oracle. Ask a question of the future.
Well, again, we can only talk in colors, so that might be a little bit difficult. But, I mean, let's humor her. The chat wanted to go green and see what kind of future telling she might have for us.
Ah, creative. Qian, heaven, sublime success. The movement of heaven is full of power. Your path is strong. You do not need my help.
I think we need as much help as we can get, because we don't really know what we're doing here. We almost got thrown out. Now there's something about a cult. The chat decided that we didn't really have any idea what she was talking about, so let's just shrug our shoulders at her. Seems like the appropriate response.
So, are you going to watch me perform?
Oh, she's one of the performers here at the Mode event. Sure, why not? We've been watching everyone else perform.
I'm not scheduled for a while, but I don't think anyone would care if I went on now. Do you think I should?
Like she said, I don't think anyone really cares what order people go in. It's just kind of a series of 15-second performances. Well, let's see what she's got.
All right. Okay. I'm going to go on now. Come and watch me. Life is full of opinions. Some like this, and some like that. Some think it's too big, some think it's too small. Some think it's too tiny, some think it's too tall. I think it's all about what is within you. So I sing. You wanna be the perfect one, you're losing. No, you're gonna be so blind when choosing that you're gonna waste your time. You'll see. Such a cheap illusion.
Shut up like you mean it, please. I was there back in the stage, and I was going through a magazine, and what the hell am I talking about? Oh yeah, and then anyway, so there's this ad, I guess, for it's a public service announcement, you know, for AIDS, and this lady is saying, she's looking at you, and she's saying, you know, if you sleep with someone without a condom on, you're sleeping with everyone they've ever slept with, you know, and I'm thinking, all right. It's kind of a deal. Folks, I hate you people. All right, hey, have fun and, see you.
So, as the evening goes on at the Mode event, the performances are kind of degrading. And we're at the point where the MC is kind of drunk and telling AIDS jokes. That one kind of surprised me when I first played the game. So, aside from that, the woman we talked to, the fortune teller, she had a performance and had some very deep thoughts to say. Obviously, she is the one to guide us in how to use our godlike and destiny-shaping powers, whatever they may be. Alright, so I guess that's enough for this video. Next time on Let's Play Mode, I guess we're continuing to try to find that dome, though now apparently the game has something to do with a cult and our godlike powers. And, I guess we should still keep trying to find that dome, shouldn't we? Yeah. Let's keep that in mind. See you next time.